Maya, who's on the line with us today?
The Trills.
Oh my gosh, it's the Trills!
Hey.
Woo! Welcome. How are you guys?
Amazing.
How are you guys?
Just short of perfect now that we're talking to you. I don't know if Maya, of course, doesn't need this, but I do. So real quick, go around and tell me everybody's name.
I'm Aaron.
I'm
Nick.
I'm Leroy.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Will.
I'm Missy.
Awesome.
Nick.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us. And I'll let Maya take it away.
Okay, so first of all, just thank you so much for calling in. I've been so excited to talk to you all.
Yeah,
Thanks
of course.
for
Sure. We've been so excited too.
So my first question for you is who or what inspired you to become musicians?
Ooh.
Great
Just want to
question.
go around and give a little blurb for everyone.
Yeah.
Cool. I can start. So I'm the fifth generation musician in my family. Everyone played brass instruments. So I grew up playing trumpet. And then when I realized a cappella was an art form, I fell in love with it and just realized I couldn't sing. So I learned how to beatbox. And then kept beatboxing and doing a cappella really just from being in a family of music. So
Yeah, similar for me. My dad's a musician, and so I grew up listening to him sing and play. And I started playing drums first when I was 4, then started singing with him, and then guitar and piano. Once I got to middle school, started writing music, and then met these guys in college, and a cappella just became my entire life.
Yeah, also kind of the same thing for me. I'm the baby of my family, and I have 2 older siblings, and both of them perform as well. So I just kind of was thrown into it at a young age.
My grandmother used to sing in a Czech choir. So I used to watch all those performances when I was little. And that's how I got introduced to music.
pretty much the same as everybody else. My family is all very musical. Grew up like singing in church and things like that, and then kind of found a cappella in high school and then was like, wow, I want to do that someday.
Yep, very similar to me as well. I had a cousin who was very much involved in music, and I took a lot of inspiration from that, did choirs, did musical theater, and then became obsessed with pentatonics. So here we are.
Cool. So how did you all meet and become a band and come up with your name?
Oh, I got this one. So in college, it was like the second day of school, and these 2 went to an open mic night, right? And they met trying to talk to someone at the same time. So they like ran into someone at the same exact time, and they talked. And then I met his roommate that same night. And then literally by the next day, we were making music. So it was like the 3rd day of college, and we were like, maybe we can sing together. So we tried, and I thought it sounded pretty good. So we kept going. And then we had some people leave the group along the way, and then new friends join. And then this is what it's been for how many years now?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of how it started.
Yeah. And the name came from, we went to Towson University, and so we thought Towson, Trills, they both are music, or Trills is a musical term. They both have T's in it. And Trill is also just a slang word for true and real. So Towson Trills was our original name. And then once most of us graduated, we became the Trills.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any pre-show rituals or traditions that help you get ready for performance?
A lot of performances that we have, and this started actually when we used to compete in the International Championship of Collegiate Acapella. If you've seen Pitch Perfect, you know what I'm talking about. But before every performance, we would always get in a circle and we'd pray and just be super thankful for where we are in each step that we were taking. Everything was just such a privilege to us, every step. So we just like to take a second to pray and just appreciate where we are, and then go out and just do what we love.
Cool. So do you have a favorite song to perform?
Oh,
No,
it's
should we
different
go
for all
around?
of us.
It's definitely.
All right, rapid fire. Okay, rapid fire. Ooh.
Wow.
Somebody else.
Honestly, sea shanty.
Oh,
It's new. Sea shanty.
Wow. Mine is Break Free.
Mine is Something in the Air.
I think mine is Prisoner.
Mine right now is You Say by Lauren Daigle.
Mine is Wish You Well.
Wow, we're all different now.
Controversial one here.
We're usually, some of us are the same, but now we all have different taste stuff. That's funny.
Yeah. So is there someone that you hope to collaborate with in the future?
So many people.
Tori Kelly.
Tori Kelly. Of course, Pentatonics. Someday, fingers crossed. Who else?
I'd like to do a show with Home Free. It's a mostly country a cappella group, but they're just amazing.
I like to collab with Alec Benjamin.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Open up for Tim McGraw.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually interviewed Alec a couple years ago.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
You are so cool. Like you're just so cool.
Amazing.
Do you have any plans to go on tour soon and come to Denver?
We hope
Not
so.
yet. Keyword yet. Not yet, but that would be a dream. We'd love to do that very soon.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I am just waiting for the day you guys come to Denver.
You will be the first to know.
Oh yeah.
You'll be front row. You'll be there.
Yeah. Thank you. So if you had to wake up to one song every morning, what song would it be?
I always know this question.
Will, you want to go first?
No, I don't have an answer still.
All right, I'll go first. So for about 3 years, my alarm clock on my phone was All of Me by John Legend.
Ooh.
just the piano. Yeah, just the piano intro. But
Is it because that's the song I was singing when we first met?
Honestly, mine right now would have to be Adele's Easy on Me. That is on loop.
Mine is Holding On to You by 21 Pilots.
Mine is the YMCA by the Village People.
Yeah.
Seriously, every morning. Dun, 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 dun. That's good.
Miss you.
Oh no.
This is tricky.
I'm gonna say "Come Saturday Morning" by the Sandpipers.
Mm.
Look at you. I'm gonna say anything by Stevie Wonder. It puts me in such a good mood.
I'll just go to your house and go.
So if your life were a musical, what would it be called and who would you cast?
These are great questions.
Oh.
Whoa. Wow.
What would it be called? Does it have to be a real musical or can we make up a name?
Yeah, you can make up a name.
Okay.
I'm going to say, and y'all can object, but I'm going to call it Trillify. Only because that's what we do for like all of our songs that we arrange, and we just Trillify it. We make it our own. And do you want to do individual casting people?
Matt Damon is 100% playing you.
Yeah.
Oh, give me some Jeremy Jordan. Jeremy Jordan, Matt Damon, Nathan Kress, Billy Benson.
The guy who plays Corey in the House would 100% play me.
Massey.
Kyle Massey would definitely play me in the musical.
Play me either.
Michael B. Jordan would play Will.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll take
God.
it. I'll take it.
I don't know about the
Who's
three
the
of
girl
us.
in Glee for you?
Oh,
What's her name?
Leah Michelle.
Leah Michelle.
Rachel Berry. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
100% a compliment. Billie Eilish would play Missy.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nobody.
So is there a show or movie that you always watch when you're having a bad day and you just need to be cheered up?
Yes.
Great question. I don't have an answer.
30 Rock.
I always watch The Greatest Showman anytime I ever feel sad. It's the best movie ever.
Yeah.
I watched The Office.
Impractical Jokers.
I watch Fairy Tale whenever I'm sad.
If it's a TV show, I'm gonna put on Survivor all the time, 24/7. I will be watching.
Oh, cool. Yeah, my go-to movie is, I have two. It's Shazam and then Home Again.
Ooh.
I love Shazam.
Didn't see it.
Shazam was an underrated movie. That's all
Yeah.
I'll say. Shazam was a good movie.
Okay, now all I want to talk about is Shazam. So I've seen it like 100 times. It's my favorite movie.
She's like, forget the interview. We're just gonna talk about Shazam.
Yeah. So what not so great movie do you secretly love?
Oh, guilty pleasure movie.
Oh.
Ooh, my goodness, your questions are amazing.
Thank you.
Fantastic taste in movies. Not true.
Oh, I need a second.
What classifies as a bad movie?
It's cringy.
Yeah, I'm super biased because I think all my movies are great.
I feel like
Yeah.
watch every single rom-com that Netflix has. Like, right.
Honestly, when I was younger, I watched all of the High School Musicals, and I know they're not bad movies, but at the
Yeah.
time, like, I would just watch it all the time, and I would. That's just it.
I'd have to say Incredibles because I recently saw a rating of Pixar movies and Incredibles was way low, and I'm very sad about that because it's my favorite movie of all time. Like your Shazam is my Incredibles. The first one. Let me clarify. The first.
Yeah.
I would say any of the Bratz doll or Barbie movies.
Oh,
They are so good.
You're just like me. I don't know.
I don't either. No, I'm not really ashamed of anything I watch. I just, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people know, like, the movie that is, I talk about the one that the not so great movie that I just love all the time. And again, I don't think it's bad, but it's one of the like worst movies ever made. Like, it's on the list of like the worst movies.
What is it?
It's called Ishtar.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of
But
that.
now I'm definitely going home to watch that.
Okay, my mom saw it when it came out and thought watching it that it was like hilarious and one of the best movies, and then found out it was one of the worst movies. But she told me and my sister about it. She'd always make these references to it. So then we watched it and just also thought it was like the best movie ever. Because we were all just crying from laughing. And we first started it, like, we were going to watch it when we had some friends over, and then we were all laughing and looked over at them, and they were all just like not enjoying it. So then
You know what? Art is subjective, and if you loved it, you loved it. Period.
yeah. Yeah. So what is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, the list I could have.
Wow.
Those are questions.
Chewing with mouth open.
Ooh, sorry.
Honestly, oh, I don't know.
Mine is loud swallowing. When someone like chugs water, it's like, I can't deal with that.
Someone choking?
No.
Oh man.
Mine is when people say they're going to do something and they don't actually do it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I have so many that I don't have a clear one.
Do you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
When people like when they have something in their teeth and then they go like this.
Oh.
I can't.
Sorry about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what mine is.
Bad driving, slow walking. I got it.
We could go on for days.
I'm not even gonna get started on my pet peeves because also there's like a long list. So
We're on the same page, Maya. We're on the same page.
yeah. So is there a line from a movie, book, or song that's had a lasting impact on you?
I love these questions.
You really got us
these
thinking.
questions, man.
Honestly, I know this is very cliche, but I love Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. So just keep swimming. That has been like a mantra. It's been a very big just lesson in life. Just keep going. Just keep swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, speaking of Pixar, it would have to be when Mr. Incredibles says, "We'll get there when we get there." Different context in the way I think about it, but whenever I'm like waiting for something or I'm just like feeling impatient in life, I always just like hear in my head, like, "We'll get there when we get there." Like, don't stress. Like, you'll get there when you get there. So thanks, Mr. Incredible.
This is so hard.
On the spot.
On the fly.
I don't think I have one. I don't know that I can.
What about you? What is one of yours? Just to get the juices flowing.
Okay, now I can't think of anything. I was just talking about it the other day to someone, and now I don't remember what it was, but I do have all these there's all these scenes from shows or movies that just make me laugh that I will have on a loop in my head if I'm having a bad day, and then I'll just start laughing. So
The same way, but when you put us on the spot, I forgot every movie I've ever seen. I don't remember.
One of the quotes that stuck with me a long time ago, it's, "What I have is not a dream because I will make it reality."
Sasuke.
I like that. Yeah. So have you guys had a favorite song that you've covered?
Do you want a different song than the one we said earlier, like our favorite song to perform?
The one that we're glad we did.
Ooh.
I'm glad we did Wellerman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The sea chance change of life.
I guess I'll say you say then.
I was gonna say you say
Yeah.
too.
Honestly, I'm just stuck on Adele right now. So Skyfall by Adele, that'll always have a special place in my heart.
I'm going to say Too Close to Radioactive because it was the first song we ever performed as a group.
Very cute.
Oh, cool.
I have to say Victorious by Panic! At the Disco.
Yeah. My favorite thing is to just scroll through your guys' Instagram and watch your covers. I always go back to Waving Through a Window because Dear Evan Hansen is one of my favorite musicals. So
Me too. Beautiful music.
yeah.
Wow.
So I I'll like be in the middle of doing something, and then I'll just get distracted watching your covers, and then like an hour later I'm like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do this.
The best of us.
Yeah. So I'm really holding off asking my last question because I'm just having so much fun talking to you guys. But my last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real life superhero and why?
Wow.
Oh my gosh, am I about to cry on camera? I'm thinking. Oh my goodness.
Can we say you?
She's like, I'm not gonna stop you.
No, I'm like, you just caught me off guard, so I couldn't. My mind just went blank.
That's my answer. You.
That's a good
Thank
answer.
you.
I'm gonna say my mom.
Yeah.
Oh man, she is just awesome, and she's been through so much, and she has raised me to be such, humbly speaking, just a great person. And I pretty much learned everything from her. So yeah, I would definitely say my mom. She's my hero.
I want to say my mom.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to say my mom too. Same thing.
I'm gonna shake it up and say myself.
Mm.
Because you don't love yourself, who will?
No.
Yes. Yeah. I agree with that. Like, yeah. I'd have to say my mom and my sister, and like my sister is at college right now, but we talk all the time. And so and like my mom and we over the weekend we just spent our weekend watching bad Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And, so like we always joke that we need my sister here because she would actually make us get out of the house, because without her here we're very antisocial. But I'm just like, why would we go out there when we could just stay here and watch Shazam?
Agree.
Shazam always makes a reappearance.
Yeah, yes, always. I always find a way to work it into conversation. So
Title of the interview: The Trills talk about Shazam. Nothing else really matters.
yes. Yeah. Oh, I do. Actually, I just thought of one more question for you guys because I don't want to stop talking to you.
No.
Do you have, just since you covered Waving Through a Window, do you guys have a favorite Broadway musical?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Mine is Phantom of the Opera.
Mine is In the Heights.
Mine is 100% Newsies.
Oh.
I don't know if I have a favorite, but probably Wicked.
Classic.
I'm gonna go with very generic Hamilton and Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah. I would say Dear Evan Hansen for the tears. If I'm bringing it back to the classics, I'm gonna go Into the Woods. I love Into the Woods.
Yeah, I over quarantine, I just became like completely obsessed with Broadway musicals. So yeah, so I actually have a Dear Evan Hansen thing. It's kind of back. It's back there. It's not very easy to see, but a Dear Evan Hansen picture and like collage of a picture of all my favorite Broadway musicals. So
Love it.
What's your favorite? Is it Dear Evan Hansen?
I have a couple, but I think I would say my very favorite has to be Spring Awakening.
Oh,
Wow.
that is a good one.
So, yeah. So it's also a very good soundtrack to just put on when you're mad.
Yeah.
So I've done that a lot.
Yep.
So, well, thank you guys so much for calling in. I've just been so excited for this, and I had the best time talking to you.
Oh, so did we. This was awesome.
So nice to meet you.
You too.
Have to do it again, and we'll see you when we
Yes.
come to Denver.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys
I
so
will
much.
definitely be there.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
you always have an open invitation to come visit patients and families here at Children's Hospital Colorado. We'd love to see you.
Oh,
So
thank you.
much.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.